Do you dread waking up on weekday mornings? Do you spend your days glancing longingly at the clock? If this sounds like you, then it's time to plan your escape route. And if that escape route requires you to start your own business, you've clicked on the right video. You deserve better than being stuck in a job that you hate. Starting a business might seem scary, and that's understandable, but you're not alone. Self-employed people represent around 15% of total employment in the UK. That's around 5 million people working for themselves. Becoming self-employed is a big change, and it's not a decision that should be taken lightly. If you're choosing to enter the world of self-employment because you hate your boss or you feel unhappy in your current work situation, you should stop and think about whether you're going self-employed for the right reasons. There are stacks of good reasons for going self-employed. To be your own boss, to ditch the commute and spend more time with your loved ones, or simply to have greater flexibility in your life. In many cases, people take the leap so they can turn their hobby into a career. But is now the right time? Lots of skilled professionals who dream of a freelance lifestyle tell themselves they'll leave their job and start a business when the time is right. But speak to any seasoned business owner and you'll discover the right time never truly comes along, so you might as well go for it. For example, Richard Reed, co-founder of Innocent Smoothies, which made its first million in turnover in its second year, said, "If you're 70% sure about an idea, then go for it. Because if you wait till you're 100% confident in business, you'll never make a decision, you'll never get anywhere." In this, the first of our series of videos on starting your own business, we'll be looking at the ups and downs, pros and cons, benefits and difficulties. We'll also be giving you some handy tips on how to hit the ground running when you take the leap yourself. Let's get you started. Hi, and welcome to the first episode on our series of videos about taking the leap into self-employment. We're here to help you earn a living, doing something that you're really passionate about, or that you're confident you can excel at without a boss breathing down your neck. Over the last decade here at Crunch, we've helped thousands of people leave the 9-to-5 rat race behind and become a freelancer, contractor, or small business owner. Sometimes it's motivated by circumstances beyond their control, and for others, it's a conscious lifestyle decision. Whatever your situation, this series is here to help you understand what goes into starting and running a business and how to make a success of it. Going self-employed can be an exhilarating experience, but of course, it comes with its own risks. You need to ensure your business idea has legs before making any rash decisions. And there are a number of things you need to consider before taking the leap. If you're still unsure where to begin, working towards getting a business plan together can be a great way to ensure that you're not rushing into something without considering everything that you need to. Proper planning can help you work out whether you actually have a viable, airtight business on your hands. As the saying goes, failing to prepare means preparing to fail. First and foremost, the person who must be convinced by your business plan is you. After all, if you're not persuaded by it, why should anyone else be? At this early stage, it's more important to just get your ideas written down on paper, rather than going into anything too in-depth or specific. So the kind of things that you could outline are, well, firstly, what is your idea? Who is it helping? And what problem is it solving? If you're going to start a self-employed business selling your time, your expertise, your services as a consultant or a contractor, it may be fairly easy to put this together. You'll need to consider things like, is there a market for your service? Where are you going to find work? And roughly, how much will you charge? Once you've got these down, you could print them out, you could pin them on your wall, do whatever it takes to keep you focused on what you're trying to do. If you're planning a more complex business selling things or making products, either physical items or software, then you will eventually need a more formal business plan, especially if you need to raise funds. A business plan helps you to clarify your idea, spot potential problems, set out your goals, and measure your progress. In the description section of this video, we have a link to a PDF helping you put together your perfect business plan. telling you what to include in your executive summary, how to perfectly outline your products or services, and how you intend to market them. Once you're sold on the basics, you can use your business plan to convince potential sources of finance, investors, partners, and employees that you're the real deal. There's also a glossary of business terms that can really help you simplify the jargon that you come across when you're just getting started. Completing a business plan takes a lot of research. The best ideas are the ones that address a real need in the market and fill it. Or, as is often the case, make people believe that they need it. Getting to know your market will help you to differentiate between what customers want and what they need. And this will enable you to develop your idea accordingly. Make sure you get out there and actually talk to people. Making second guesses could end up being your shortfall. Absorb all the information you can about your target market and your industry, including customer buying habits, motivations and concerns, market trends, competitor behavior, and perhaps most importantly, customer reactions to your product. There are few better ways to establish whether your idea has staying power than to get out there and ask your potential customers for their feedback. Remember though, in order to get balanced feedback, you will need to ask a wide range of people and analyze their responses. If you're motivated by the desire to do something you love all day, there are some important questions to ask yourself first. Firstly, have a long think about why you enjoy your hobby so much. Is it because it's an escape from the mundanity and monotony of working? Taking it up as a profession could very well remove any sense of novelty and spontaneity it used to have. Is the activity going to be as fun when it becomes more of a routine? Or, to put it differently, would your favourite song still be your favourite song if you had to sing it multiple times a day, every day? Monetizing your hobby means that you're seriously reducing the margin for error. The freedom to make mistakes becomes much more restricted when you're answering to a paying customer who expects the very best from you every time. Of course, you'll have to ask yourself whether you really have the composure to deal with someone who thinks they know better than you, telling you how to do the thing you've been passionately doing for years. If your dream job relies on you being creative, be wary that the creativity can always potentially dry up, leaving you without work and without pay. The best people in every industry experience their own form of writer's block at some point. But will you be able to put food on the table if you're not producing to your normal standard? When you're a freelancer, nobody else is responsible for your success. There isn't any guidance, mentoring, or coaching from a superior, and you certainly don't receive any encouragement from teammates. If you have a bad day, that can be a lot of responsibility to take on. You need to be able to motivate yourself, whether that's forcing yourself out of bed at 7 a.m. every day, even though you know you could get away with staying there until 10 a.m., or keeping yourself going when things get tough. Becoming self-employed can also mean you'll spend a great deal of time alone. This is perfect if you're a true introvert at heart, but not so great if you're even slightly extroverted and enjoy being around other people. To counteract feelings of isolation and loneliness, you could consider a local co-working space. However, you'll need to have enough positive cash flow to make renting a desk truly work in your favour. Depending on what type of industry you're in, you may end up forking out a varying deal of startup costs. For example, if you were looking to start a freelance photography business, your upfront costs for the latest equipment may be higher than that of, say, an editor or journalist. Money will feel tight at times, and when you're starting out, you'll feel stressed about it, but that's totally normal, and it's fine as long as you know how to deal with the stress. It's worth remembering that when you set your day rate or hourly rate, you'll need to factor in that as a freelancer, you don't get paid for days when you're sick or on holiday. Remember to calculate for weekends, bank holidays, and other times where you won't be earning any money. Some months might be more flush than others, and in your months where you're not earning much, you need to be prepared. We recommend having some savings in the bank before going freelance, so in the leaner months, you're able to keep yourself afloat by paying your regular outgoings. If you've considered the points we've covered over the last couple of minutes and are still keen to move forward with starting a business, then congratulations. Self-employment isn't always an easy ride, but with the job satisfaction, independence, and creative freedom it brings, many people who have already taken the leap would argue that the positives very much outweigh the negatives. If you pick a job in an industry that you're truly passionate about, you'll have a head start knowing who to aim your services at, what your competitors are doing, and what problem you're solving. With a genuine interest in the progression of your field, you'll hopefully not get complacent with your market research, or fail to keep yourself up to date with the latest skills and training either. This could be the start of something brilliant, and the next thing to think about will be how you're going to take the leap into self-employment, or more specifically, out of regular employment. Every employee has the right to request more flexible working hours. So this means, presuming your employer grants your request, you can actually dip your toes in the freelance waters while maintaining a safety net of a salary. Slowly reducing your hours while you build up your freelance business is actually a great way to leave a job while minimizing money worries. In our next video, Freelancing on the Side, we'll explain how to go about doing this. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more information on taking the leap into the exciting world of self-employment.